One of the hottest types of fishing today is fly fishing. I'm here at the Delaware River Anglers Fly Shop, and a good buddy of mine, Ken Swam, is going to get me set up for some fly fishing. So come on and let's go fishing.
Steve's Service Center, located at Street Road and 2nd Street Pike in Southampton. Since 1983, Steve's staff of factory-trained technicians have used the latest computerized testing equipment for an accurate diagnosis of your engine's problems the first time. Steve's Service Center specializes in foreign cars and anti-lock brake systems. Steve's is a AAA-approved auto repair center and winner of the 4th Annual Better Business Award for Excellence in Service. Here's what some satisfied customers have to say about Steve's.
At TCS Heating and Air Conditioning, we depend on our vehicles and we depend on Steve to service them right.
We keep coming back to Steve's Service Center because they're honest, they give you a lot of personal attention, and they fix your car right the first time.
So bring your auto to Steve's Service Center because you deserve the best. Established in 1935, Dillon Haney is a full-service insurance agency. Currently, Dillon Haney serves the insurance needs of over 3,000 families and over 500 businesses in the tri-state area. Our offices include a state-of-the-art computer system for instant rate comparisons with the country's finest insurance companies. Our objective is to form a partnership between you and our agency, providing you with the coverage and claim service that you deserve. At Dillon Haney, we don't work for the insurance company, we work for you.
Ken, how you doing? Bob Murray. How are you?
Nice to meet you, Bob.
Ken, I want to start fly fishing. You know, I do a lot of bass fishing and all the types of fishing, but I really want to get into fly fishing. I've mentioned earlier that it's one of the, it's not the newest, but it's one of the hottest topics going, fly fishing. You pick up any magazine, you got fly here, there's fly fishing. Ladies are fly fishing now. Matter of fact, they're probably doing better than men. I know I came here to talk to you. Tell me about your shop here.
Well, what this is a full-service fly shop.
Okay, what's that?
We sell nothing but fly fishing tackle.
Okay.
We can guide for you. We run trips, fly fishing trips.
Okay, I see you have a fly fishing trip here on the Delaware. What would it cost me if you were to guide
It's
me?
$125 a day, $200 for 2 people, and it's an 8-hour day.
And where do we go? Where would we go?
Generally, we fish in the New Hope to Easton, Upper Black Eddy area.
So it's a local trip.
Yeah, we keep it local.
That's good. And I see you have fly tying equipment, so guys can come in here if they tie their own flies. They can get all the equipment that they really need. Am I correct?
Sure.
So you have, I know you have the mylar, and you have the hooks, and you have feathers and rods and reels too, right?
Yeah, we have a complete range of all types of fly fishing or fly tying materials.
Okay, and I know you're going to set me up with a rod, reel, line so that we can do some fishing, and we're going to tie some flies, am I correct?
You betcha.
Okay, that's going to be good. Well, let's get on with that, and let's see what we can do.
Okay.
All right, Ken, I know you have a great selection of rods here, but I'm going to be fishing the Delaware River with the flies that we had tied. Which rod would you select for me?
Well, the one I would pick would be a 9-foot 6-weight, and that's this one right here.
Okay, 9-foot 6-weight. Why 9-foot 6-weight? Why?
Well,
what's the reason?
You're going to be fishing a large piece of water.
Okay.
And you're going to be throwing some fairly heavy flies. And the correct rod to use for that would be a 9-foot 6-weight.
Okay.
In other words,
now wait, you said two things. You said a 9-foot 6-weight. There's two different things there. 9 foot, I got that. What's a 6-weight?
Okay, a 6-weight refers to the weight of the line that the fly rod casts.
Okay, so this will only take a 6-weight line, or will it take something?
It'll take a different weight line, but it casts the 6 best.
Okay, so 6 would be the
It'll cast a 5 and it'll cast a 7, but it'll cast the 6 the best.
Okay, so this is the line weight that we would want, and you would recommend that for the Delaware River, the 6-weight line is a basic all-around line?
Yes, I would.
Okay, Now I see that we have this. What's the 9 foot? Why is that? Because I want to really get far cast or short cast? Or,
it gives you more control over the line in both casting, and once you've made the cast, and you're trying to control what the fly does in the water by what's called mending, and that's controlling the line after the cast.
So this would be the best rod.
That's
for
right.
me
A longer
to start.
rod does that better than a short
rod. I know. Years ago they went into short rods for fly rods, and it never.
That's right. It goes back and forth. Big rod, little rod.
Okay, now what's this rod made out of here? I know
It's made out of iron
rod.
6 graphite.
Oh, it's a beautiful rod. Really light too.
Yeah, they don't weigh much. They'll let you really feel the fish when you play them, and they're very responsive. You know, easy to cast.
Yeah,
reasonably durable.
And we just have a cork handle. All the fly rods with cork handles?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's traditional. You certainly could have a rod with the neoprene handles
foam,
they have on, foam handles that they have on spinning tackle and bait casting tackle. But fly fishing is sort of a traditional type of sport, so things don't change very quick in fly fishing.
Well, this will be the rod. Now, for some reason, I think we need a reel for this. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay, so let's pick out a reel, and then we'll put it together. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Ken, you picked out some reels for us here. Let's start over here with this first reel right here. What do we have here?
Okay, this is a Ryle reel. It's a single action fly reel for light freshwater fishing. It's a machined aluminum reel.
Versus a
stamped or forged reel.
Okay, so this is a higher quality.
Yeah, this is the top of the line reel, and you can expect to pay about $175 for a reel like that.
So we're getting up into the price range here where we call it a little bit better quality.
Yeah,
some stuff.
The advantage is it'll last longer and perform better.
Okay, and it has a drag system?
Yeah, it has a disc drag system, has a counterbalance spool, and it's also palmable, which means you can use the palm of your hand as an additional brake on a running fish.
All right, now here, this is a very attractive reel here. What do we have here?
This is a light freshwater reel, or I'm sorry, a light saltwater reel, or a heavy freshwater reel. Could be used for something like steelhead, or salmon, or for in saltwater something like small bluefish and small striped bass.
So we could use this off the Jersey coast or in the bays, something like that for that. Okay, again, is this
well,
is this
it has a lot of the same features as the same reel. It's machined. It's machined from aircraft aluminum, and it's counterbalanced, and it has a very powerful smooth drag system.
And this is the drag system back here.
That's the drag knob, which you either increase or decrease the amount of drag you're using.
Okay, and now this.
Okay, this is your basic freshwater fly reel for light use. It's a single action reel. It's a forged aluminum reel.
So it's not cast.
It's not machined. It's cast. Yeah, and that cuts the production cost down.
So this is a more inexpensive reel, but yet still
runs about $45.
So it has good qualities to it, though.
Yeah, it's durable. It doesn't give you any grief, and it does what it's supposed to do.
And it's counterbalanced, and you do have
It does have some of the same features as the more expensive reels. Yeah.
Okay, and then the last one here. This is the one that you picked out that would match the rod that I'm going to be using when we go fishing. Now, why'd you pick this one?
Okay, and the last reel we got here is basically just the bigger version of this reel, and this is the one we're going to use on the Delaware because it's the right size to use for the rod we're using.
Okay, so this reel basically matches the rod that I'm going to use.
For size and for capacity of line.
And it has counterbalance to it, and it has the
adjustable
drag to it, and it's fairly light.
Yeah, it's very light. It's reasonably durable. It's good. It's actually very durable. It'll take a few shots on rocks or banged around a boat or what have you.
Okay, now comparable cost from your higher price reels to this. Now, what's this reel?
That reel runs for around $50.
Okay, so it's not really an expensive.
No, it's an inexpensive reel, and it's very suitable for the purpose. Oh yeah, it's very suitable for the purpose that you're going to use it for.
Okay, now we have the rod picked out for me. We have the reel picked out for me, and now we're going to need some line to go on here. Now, I know there's all kinds of terminologies, and we just have this line that we picked out, that you picked out for me, and first thing we discussed was the coding on the front of it here, WF6F. Now, what does it mean?
What that means is it's a weight forward 6 floating line.
Okay, weight forward 6 floating line, and I know before we mentioned that my rod was going to take a 6 weight line. Now, There's other 6-weight lines, though. Am I correct?
That's correct.
We could have a sinking,
Yes, you could.
a sinking, but we're going to use the weight forward, and it's floating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sinking lines, well,
Would
there
I
are
use
times you want one.
Would I use a sinking line in the Delaware
You
River?
certainly could. Yeah, 90% of the time we just use a floating line. If we want to get down a little deeper, we put a couple split shots
So
on.
the best ticket would be just to use the floating line to start out
Yeah,
with.
that's fine. It's the easiest thing to cast.
It's okay,
Yeah.
and we'll need that.
Yeah,
we'll
okay.
need that because as you well know, I'm a novice fly fisherman. So we'll be using this on the line. Now, will we use any backing with this, or is this just all going to go on this fly reel?
Yeah, we're going to put the whole fly line on the reel, but the fly line itself is only 90 feet long. So you need backing behind it. Backing is nothing but Dacron line, usually about 20-pound test. And it serves two purposes. One is if you get a fish that runs over 90 feet. Now, as you get a fish that runs 110 feet, you have a problem if you don't have more line.
At 90 feet, yes.
So what you do is you put backing on, and that backs up the fly line.
Okay.
Its other purposes is to fill up the reel.
So that the actual fly line is up towards the top
That's
of
right,
the reel.
yeah, and it doesn't get little tiny coils
Goes
in it
down
from
in
being
deep
stored
in there
on the reel.
and stuff like that. And obviously, I'm just looking at myself that it'd probably be easier to cast that way when it's closer to the outside.
Well, it has
jammed
the
down
only
in there.
really advantage you get, and it's a minor advantage, is you turn the handle
And
to
you're picking
retrieve the line because the line is a bigger diameter on the reel. You're getting more line
you're
per
picking
turn.
more line up. I see. Okay.
About an inch and a half.
Okay. Well, now I think we're set here. We got a reel. We got some line. We got a rod, and we got some flies. I think now we're about ready to go do some fishing here. Hopefully we'll
Sounds
catch
good to me.
something. Okay. Well, thanks, Ken, and we'll get done here and do some other things.
Okay.
What do John Deere and Star Lawnmower have in common? A knowledgeable sales staff to assist you, service that's dependable and reliable for generations, a mower to fit everyone's needs and budget, a name that's synonymous with quality. Nothing runs like a Deere, and for sales and service since 1897, no one shines like Star Lawnmower. At the corner of York and Alms House Road in Jamison and at 829 East Main Street in Norristown.
Come and meet Bob Murray, host of Delaware Valley Outdoors, at the Sportsman's Jamboree, Saturday, October 14th from noon till 5 at Star Lawnmowers on the corner of York and Alms House Road in Jamison. Bring the family out for a free afternoon of fishing seminars, door prizes, food, and entertainment.
Versatechs, the all-American rods. Whether it's saltwater or freshwater, Versatechs rods are the rods for you. Versatechs, known for its high-quality material and workmanship, builds fishing rods that meet the most exacting needs of today's fishermen. Whether you're a saltwater angler in search of tuna or a freshwater fly fisherman, Versatechs builds a fishing rod for you. Versatechs, American-made for a lifetime. Ask for Versatechs at these quality tackle dealers.
Okay. First I'm going to put the lead on the hook. This is lead wire.
Okay, now that's going to give us some of the weight
That's right.
to
Yeah.
keep the fly down.
Yeah, these fish aren't, if it doesn't sink, it doesn't look like a minnow. Minnows don't swim around on the surface.
Okay, all right. Now this is, again, we said a streamer, right?
Yeah, this is a streamer fly.
Okay, it's a streamer.
To be specific, it's a marabou streamer, which there's a great variety of in all different colors and sizes and shapes. Guys that fish with crappie jigs are probably real familiar with marabou.
Yeah, I use a lot of marabou. As a matter of fact, I use marabou jigs for walleye fishing too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I like the marabou. I like how it's a different type of material that gives you a different type of action in the water.
Well, it has a lot of movement.
Yeah, versus the plastic that we use
Yeah.
and that type of stuff.
Has a lot of movement, and a lot of times when fish grab things, if it doesn't feel like something edible, they'll spit it out.
Right.
And soft materials, fish tend to hold on to them more than hard things.
Okay, now you're putting on the...
Okay, this is mylar piping,
Okay,
and this is going to make the body of the fly.
and give us some of that flash.
Yeah, and it gives it some flash and some attraction, and like most minnows have silvery sides, and this does a decent job of imitating that. And you just wrap it right up the hook. Tie it off with the thread, cut off the excess. Okay, now this is white marabou. Find a good feather here.
And marabou comes in, I know you have a bunch of different,
comes in different colors.
Color
Here I have white and gray, but it comes in red, blue, green, yellow,
so you can basically
black,
match
anything you want.
sides that you really wanted.
Sure, if you were trying to imitate, say, some sort of golden shiners, you probably would want to tie this with a gold body and yellow marabou.
I know when we're talking bass fishing and that kind of stuff, when we try to match that too. If there's a lot of white perch, or we'll use a light color in there, or alewives or something like that.
That's right.
And if you do, you have yellow perch, we'll go to a yellow or something like that to match it up.
You were talking earlier about how you have to match the hatch in fly fishing. That's what you're doing right here. You're matching the hatch, sort of.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not a
it's not a hatch, but you're matching what the fish are eating.
You're matching.
The fish are looking for a very specific thing, and you're trying to have something on your end of your line, whether you're fly fishing or spin fishing or bait casting or whatever, that looks like what the fish are looking for to eat.
That's right. And now we're going to put this is the white.
Yeah, this is the white marabou.
It's going to imitate the sides of the fish, or or give it the body.
This is going to be basically imitates what would be the body of the bait fish you're imitating.
And then that gives us our profile that we really
when it gets wet, it'll all smooth down, and it'll give it somewhat the same silhouette and profile as a minnow. Okay, on top of that, I'm going to put a little bit of gray marabou. This is just to help sort of blend the colors together.
And we want a little contrast.
That's right.
I know I always like a contrast on my other lures, and I'm sure that's the same thing.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
It gives a target for the fish, really.
That's right. And one of the things we might do with this is maybe put an eye on it. Okay, we just take a little bit. It's a little too much.
Hey, let me ask you a question now, Ken. You just tied one. We had one tied up here before, and now we're doing this one. What's the average cost of a fly like that tied in your shop?
$1.50.
$1.50.
Yeah.
Now I think that's quite reasonable, and I'm going to tell you why. I said when we have $5 crankbaits and $6 spinner baits, I think $1.50 fly like this is quite reasonable for the amount of work I see you're doing.
And that's if you don't make them yourself.
Right.
If you make them yourself, you're talking about a couple of pennies.
Right.
Per fly.
Right.
Now, in reality, you'll go out and you buy all this stuff till you have a whole room full of fly tying materials, most of which you'll use about once a year. Either that, or your dog will eat them, or your wife will throw them away, or the kids will figure out something to do with them.
Costumes.
But that's not the point. The point is you're having fun with it, and that's why you do it, not because you're going to save any money or anything like that. But if you don't tie them yourself, that's about all they cost. And they're reasonably durable. For something like smallmouth, you could easily catch, I guess, probably, I don't know, 2 dozen smallmouths on something like this.
Before it's pretty much beat up.
Yeah, it starts to get tore up.
Yeah, well, I know even with the plastic baits that we use in smallmouth fishing, like the little grubs and stuff like that, after a while they get tore up too.
Yeah.
And they
well, yeah, sure. Once in a while I'm out with a guy and he's using like little plastic grubs or something, and they're usually only good for one fish.
Yeah.
And actually it's kind of neat because everybody thinks you can't cover water and really search for fish with a fly rod, and it's just the opposite. You can actually do it faster because you fish with a fixed amount of line out, and it's always out.
Yeah. Well,
so say you were fishing along a bank and you're casting to the bank and you're throwing let's say you're throwing a Rapala, okay? So every time you throw it in there, and for about the first 3 feet off the bank, that's where you're going to get your hit.
Exactly.
After that, you have to reel it all the way back in before you can cast again. The fly rod, after that 3 feet, I just pick it up and throw it right back in there again.
So it just never goes any farther than maybe 3 feet.
That's right. I don't have to bring all the line back in again.
Yeah.
Actually,
saved me
cover
a lot of
water.
gas. I know that much.
Cover a lot more water faster with a fly rod.
Okay, now we're going to use what's Flashaboo here?
This is Flashaboo, and it's a mylar tint, so it's very thin and light.
But it is
so it
light,
has good movement in the water, and we're going to mix a little blue and purple together, because the particular bait fish we're imitating here is the baby shad that are migrating down the Delaware River, and we're going to just take a little bit each, 3 or 4 strands each.
So it's not a lot. You're not really using a lot.
No, it's like one of the cardinal rules in tying flies is less is better than more. We'll just take a little bit, mix it together, and tie it on right on top. And we'll just cut it so it's about the same length as the wing. And what we're doing here is called a half hitch.
And that's just like finishing off.
Yeah,
the
it's
wrap.
a half hitch or a whip finish. There you go.
And there we have it. And that's an imitation of a
baby white shad, which is the shad that
one
swims
of
in
the
the
big
Delaware
forage
River.
fishes of
That's
the
right.
of the Delaware River.
That's right. And these things are migrating down the river in the fall in huge schools. And what happens is the fish actually school up just like saltwater fish do, and they ball them up and attack them. You know, they actually just like saltwater fish do. They'll make the minnows all congregate into a ball and then attack them.
I've seen it a number of times.
And you'll see smallmouths actually schooling up all together doing this.
Yeah, they're going, okay, guys, we see a meal coming here.
That's it.
And you do. It is, when we were talking before, you could just see the coming down the river with it just shimmers the whole.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it's raining baby fish. It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. Well, we're going to use these flies here, and we're going to go catch some smallmouth or whatever. When next time we go out, we're going to use these 2 flies and some more, I hope.
Yeah, you betcha.
What do John Deere and Star Lawnmower have in common? A knowledgeable sales staff to assist you, service that's dependable and reliable for generations, a mower to fit everyone's needs and budget, a name that's synonymous with quality. Nothing runs like a Deere, and for sales and service since 1897, no one shines like Star Lawnmower. At the corner of York and Almshouse Road in Jamison and at 829 East Main Street in Norristown.
Come and meet Bob Murray, host of Delaware Valley Outdoors, at the Sportsman's Jamboree, Saturday, October 14th from noon till 5 at Star Lawnmowers on the corner of York and Almshouse Road in Jamison. Bring the family out for a free afternoon of fishing seminars, door prizes, food, and entertainment.
Steve's Service Center, located at Street Road and 2nd Street Pike in Southampton. Since 1983, Steve's staff of factory-trained technicians have used the latest computerized testing equipment for an accurate diagnosis of your engine's problems the first time. Steve's Service Center specializes in foreign cars and anti-lock brake systems. Steve's is a AAA-approved auto repair center and winner of the 4th Annual Better Business Award for Excellence in Service. Here's what some satisfied customers have to say about Steve's.
At TCS Heating and Air Conditioning, we depend on our vehicles and we depend on Steve to service them right.
We keep coming back to Steve's Service Center because they're honest, they give you a lot of personal attention, and they fix your car right the first time.
So bring your auto to Steve's Service Center because you deserve the best.
Versatex, the all-American rods. Whether it's saltwater or freshwater, Versatex rods are the rods for you. Versatex, known for its high-quality material and workmanship, builds fishing rods that meet the most exacting needs of today's fishermen. Whether you're a saltwater angler in search of tuna or a freshwater fly fisherman, Versatex builds a fishing rod for you. Versatex, American-made for a lifetime. Ask for Versatex at these quality tackle dealers. Ken, I want to thank you. Great. I mean, this has been fantastic. Okay, I got my carrier, I got my rod, I got my line, I got my backing, I got my reel, I got my flies, I got my leader, I have my belt pack. I'm all set, all right? I'm just excited. If you're interested in going fly fishing, I want you to come down to the Delaware River Anglers Fly Shop down in Willow Grove and meet my man Ken here, and Ken will set you up and get you all together with a trip, the whole 9 yards, and I know you won't be disappointed. Ken, again, thank you very much.
My pleasure, Bob.
And I'll see you again on Delaware Valley Outdoors.
Hi, I'm Bob Murray, your host for Delaware Valley Outdoors. From streams to lakes to rivers, Delaware Valley Outdoors brings you the best in fishing. From the novice to the professional, there's something for everyone on Delaware Valley Outdoors. Each week, I will highlight some of the best hot spots with emphasis on correct tackle and presentation, along with some local experts that will share their knowledge and know-how. So join me, Bob Murray, each week for exciting fishing on Delaware Valley Outdoors by becoming a member of our successful family of sponsors.